Hello, good afternoon and a warm welcome to Scott Sport European Special. In just a few minutes, Rangers face Steaua Bucharest in Romania in the first leg of the quarter-finals of the European Cup. Coming up, the whole game live. Joining me in the studio, Ian Archer and Alec Ferguson, Derek Johnson and Jock Brown are in the stadium. And what a sensational opening caption we gave you there, because we can reveal now, as you saw, that Ali McCoist dramatically makes his comeback to the Rangers side this afternoon. A powerful-looking lineup, Alex Ferguson, and really sensational news about McCoist. It has to be.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I think it's 10 days since the operation. There must be some sort of a record. It's a risk, but I think at this level, I think you have to risk. And he is a goal scorer. He's obviously maybe going to play up in his zone with Ian Durrant supporting him. It's something he's used to. But I think it's worth a risk. It's controversial, and obviously there'll be criticism if it doesn't work. But I think at this level, it's worth a risk.
Right, I think we'll go over now to the stadium just to see what's happening. The teams that I think are out on the field now. And let's pick up our commentary, our story of the game now from Jock Brown. And good afternoon to you, Jock.
Good afternoon, Arthur. Welcome to the Steaua Stadium. It's a marvellous, a capacity crowd, sunshine overhead. The pitch, though, very wet and heavy. But the big news, of course, is the introduction of Ali McCoist to the Rangers side. It's in fact 8 days since that operation on his left knee. It was a trimming of the cartilage which took place. He didn't even bring his boots over here because he didn't expect to be able to play, but after a training session yesterday convinced himself and manager Graham Souness that he was fit enough to play. Now Derek Johnson has spoken to Ali. It's a big gamble, Derek.
I think it's the biggest gamble of his life, Jock. He came over here just to watch the game, and I spoke to him last night. He said he felt good. He says that he thought he could play himself, but it was up to the manager. I think it's a big, big gamble, and I hope it pays off for him.
So the Steaua side, of course, shocked by the inclusion of McCoist. I spoke to the Steaua manager before the match, about an hour before the kick-off, Angel Iordanescu, who assured me that he knew the Rangers team, and he gave me a team which was wrong in one vital detail. He didn't know anything about Ali McCoist. There's one other element of confusion in the Rangers lineup. There's a switch of numbers involving Scott Nisbet and Richard Gough. Scott Nisbet wearing 6 and Richard Gough wearing 2, and that too is designed to add a little bit of confusion to the Steaua players. So it's a tremendous atmosphere. The Steaua fans have been inside the stadium. It was almost full an hour and 3/4 ago, so that tells you the level of interest in Bucharest in this match. And Steaua about to kick off with a perfect European Cup record at home this season, and the match is underway with Hadji getting his first touch. And there's Stuart Munro playing it forward into space. It'll be very interesting to see how McCoist looks when he makes 1 or 2 runs up front. He's being expected to do an awful lot of running on his own in attack and to pressurise the back 4 of Steaua. There's Rotario going back. This is Ungurianu, the left back. Very tough customer indeed. There's Scott Nisbet's first challenge in the match. And it's back into defence to Adrian Bombescu, who plays it to the tall young sweeper Belodidic, very highly rated young player in Romania. So the Romanians coming forward again. It's Gough challenging in the air with Pițurcă. It's back with Ungurianu. Lofted forward, it's Gough who plays it away, but there was a foot up by Ian Durrant. There's a free kick to Steaua, fully 35 yards out. Too far out, I fancy, for a direct shot at goal. The referee is Luigi Agnolin from Italy, and that's a choice which pleased the Rangers camp. They reckon he's a strong in the affairs this afternoon. So the first free kick of the match taken by Hadji when he makes up his mind. It's Roberts at full stretch. Lakatush got a touch. This is Jovan, the big fullback. And it comes off Stuart Munro for the first corner kick to Steaua in the match. And a very important incident early on for the Rangers defence to handle. Everyone back now inside the box, including Ali McCoist. Here's Hadji. Rotario calling for the ball played back for the shot, but it's Hadji going towards the line. The out-swinging cross goes beyond to Ungurianu, faced by Souness. The header on this, Pițurcă! Roberts with the clearance, and it's Roberts again who clears it up. Still not out of the danger area. That's Lakatush. There's Hadji, scrambled away by Gough, and forced into the net by Pițurcă for Steaua. A dramatic opening here inside the Steaua Stadium. Steaua Bucharest have taken the lead through their striker Victor Pițurcă. After all sorts of confusion in the Rangers penalty box. There is again Stuart Munro being prevented by Lakatouche from reaching the ball. Was played across, scrambled away by Goff, not very convincingly. Broke to Patsurka, and there's the ball in the Rangers net. So the celebrations among the Steaua fans, but what a disaster that was for Rangers.
It's very disappointing, Jock. They had 8 men in the box there. Mistakes galore here. There's a lovely header in. A good clearance there by Graham Robertson. When the balls come back in, Richard Goff had a poor clearance and Graham Souness missed it. And it was an easy task, really, to hammer the ball into the empty net.
Well, what a facer for Rangers. Their little group of fans, about 350 in all, down below us on the right-hand side, surrounded all the way by soldiers, Romanian soldiers, but the gate consisting perhaps of 1/3 of serving soldiers. An army team, of course, Steaua, but they have had the perfect start to the match, and Rangers still very anxious to settle down. They haven't managed to put any passes together yet before going a goal behind. Here's Davy Cooper now. In the middle is Nisbet, but the cross doesn't reach him. The huge keeper, Stingachu, wins that comfortably. And bringing it out of defence is Majaru. And the big difference, of course, is that gives Steaua time to be patient. They have the crowd completely relaxed now with that opening goal. And Munro's clearance, looking for McCoist, but here's Durant now coming from that position, supporting Ali McCoist. And it'll be interesting to see how McCoist stands up to the first hefty challenge. There's Jimmy Nichols' header on, playing it right back despite wearing number 7. Scott Nisbet protecting him in the wide side of the midfield on the right, wearing number 6. But this is picked up again deep by Rotario. Bombesco calls for the ball, and it's worked patiently across the back 4 to the big full-back Stefan Jovan. Good interception though by Munro. Rangers bringing players forward now from midfield. Here's Cooper. Munro has gone forward this time in the left. Ray Wilkins has dropped back. McCoist couldn't win that ahead of Bombesco. And it's back with Stingachu, the Steaua keeper, with Ungriano with lots of space now to come forward for Steaua. Rotario seeing a lot of the ball in the build-up. This is Stoica, the captain. Hadji opening up on the right side of the Romanian midfield. That's for Lakatouche to chase. Trying to get away from Roberts. Good play by Lakatouche and by Chris Woods for Rangers. The ball is carried though for the corner kick. But there was a glimpse of the pace of Marius Lakatouche, the number 7 for Steaua. And Roberts looked to be struggling just for a moment there. Woods coming to his rescue. So the noise building up from the Steaua fans as Hadji lines up the corner kick. The looping in swinger. Woods into that packed goalmouth. Here's Davy Cooper. And there's no one ahead at the moment for Rangers, with McCoist dropping back to help in defence.
Hadji may be the star of Romanian football, Jock. I think he's a Romanian footballer of the year. But the hero in this stadium is Lakatouche. They love this winger. He's direct, creates chances, and already in the game so far, we've saw him deadly twice.
So Lakatouche and Patsurka, the twin strikers for Steaua. Patsurka, the more prolific scorer. He scored 19 in 17 league matches so far this season. But Lakatouche has become something of the European expert. He's got a couple of goals in the European Cup, although Hadji has 4 in all. That's Hadji, well tackled by Souness. Here's Munro. A long chase for McCoist. And tumbling there as Bombescu got to the ball first. Bombescu still on the ground, and he appears to be in some discomfort. Walter Smith standing anxiously in the Rangers dugout. Bombescu is still on the ground as Steaua bring the ball forward. Ungriano. Back to Rotario. You'll see just at the top of the picture there, Bombescu. Well, he came in heavily on that challenge, with McCoist arriving a bit later, but certainly no fault attaching to McCoist.
Well, we were asking, can McCoist take a tackle, Jock? Well, we saw there he can also give tackles as well, and he seems to have come out of that one all right.
Now there's a hold-up. The referee is allowing attention for the Steaua centre-back, Bombescu, very highly regarded by the Rangers management, Adrian Bombescu. And Bombescu will obviously be very important to the Steaua defence. He will be back on his feet, I'm sure, very shortly. The score, if you come in late, Steaua Bucharest 1, Rangers 0. The goal in the opening minute from Petsurka. A disastrous start for Rangers. Chris Woods was helpless, but there were certainly slack moments in front of him when that goal was scored. Bumbescu now appears to have recovered to take his position at the back of the Steaua defence. There's McCoist with the layoff. Here's Davy Cooper. It's played back by Jovan. Belodidic has all the time in the world. The setting is incredible when you consider there was heavy snow overnight. A major clearing operation here in Bucharest this morning to render the pitch playable, and it is indeed in excellent condition, if a little bit soft on top. So here's Jovan playing it for Petsurka. Petsurka is beaten to the ball by Roberts. A good piece of defending that time by the Rangers captain, Graham Roberts. But Petsurka has already shown how deadly he is in these loose balls inside the box. It's misjudged by Rotario and Bumbescu. Here's McCoist on his own. Sent tumbling by Belodidic, and the referee appears to have given the free kick. There's an apology being offered by Bumbescu. Now, was there some element of retaliation in that challenge?
There's no doubt about that, Jock. I think McCoist actually caught Bumbescu in the chin with his arm when he tackled him, and there's no doubt in my mind there was a bit of retaliation there.
Well, an anxious moment. This was the gamble which Rangers took, playing Ali McCoist, who hasn't trained for fully 3 weeks. Before he had the operation a week ago yesterday, he had 2 weeks when he wasn't fit enough to train before he had the operation in the knee. So it really has been a substantial gamble, and the moment I'm sure Rangers were dreading may have arrived, because Phil Boersma, the physio, is looking anxiously towards the bench. But McCoist is back on his feet, obviously prepared to continue for a little while longer. The free kick will be taken by Ray Wilkins. Nisbet's a target, but he's offside. But Rangers have a break because the referee is insisting that the free kick is taken again. He wasn't ready. So that's a moment of good fortune for Rangers. Souness now taking over. Now this looks just about within range for a direct shot. Wind assisted. There's a fair breeze blowing down the field, which Souness may choose to use to his advantage. Souness unhappy with the distance of the Steaua wall. The referee is happy. There's Souness with the disguised pass to Cooper, helped on by Durant. Bumbescu challenges McCoist. It's away by Belodidic, and it's Souness laying it back to Wilkins. Bit of pressure now coming from Rangers. Nisbet, a careless ball inside, which Majaru wins. And here's Stoica, the captain, looking for Hadji over on the far side. That's a good interception by Monroe.
I think set pieces are going to be vital for Rangers, Jock. It's not often they're going to get up the pitch, and if they get into that position, some 20 or 30 yards, I think they have to use it a bit better.
So Jovan, the fullback, with Hadji finding space on the right. Checking into his stronger foot, the left, using Stoica in space. Rotario, back to Ungrianu. Majaru hugging the left touchline in midfield for Steaua. Being well policed by Nisbet. Majaru's cross. Lakatush with the layoff. Petsurka gets it back to Jovan. Good possession play by Steaua. This is Hadji. Belodidic, Ungrianu, making Rangers do a lot of running to mark the Steaua players coming forward. Here's Belodidic, the sweeper. Now Jovan. Lakatush to Jovan, he's onside. A dangerous moment again for Rangers as Roberts turns it behind for the corner kick. Well, Steaua once again getting behind the Rangers defence, and that desperate clearance, conceding the corner kick. But we've already seen enough from the Romanian champions to realise this is a major task ahead for Rangers. Here's Hadji with the corner. Up goes Roberts unchallenged. Straight to Stoica. A late challenge by McCoist on Stoica, and referee Angelin is going to have a word with the Rangers striker. Clearly getting a bit heated. He's been heavily involved in the opening minutes, and the message from referee Angelin could scarcely be clearer. But perhaps even more important, he's conceded a free kick outside the box to the Romanians. So all the Rangers players face the ball again. Four-man wall with Souness on the end organising. So it looks as though Hadji may have a shot at goal from this range. Beaten away by Woods. The ball appeared to swam in flight, but Hadji showing his menace from the set piece, and Woods forced to bring out a despairing save. So Rangers very much under the cosh at the moment. The Steaua grow in confidence. Rotario finding space this time on the right. This is Hadji now being allowed to wander all over the field for Steaua. Well tackled by Nisbet. There's Goff, and now Wilkins. Hadji is still on the ground after the challenge he took there and looks to be in some discomfort.
I think Rangers will need to get back to the pattern they started with, Jock. David Cooper really is running all over the place. I think he's supposed to be playing sort of left midfield and trying to get forward as much as he can.
There's a good pass from Souness to Durant. Going into the box, Belodinic collides with him, and the referee has given a decision to Rangers now. This is controversial because if there was a foul in that, it could well have been inside the box. That's the point Ray Wilkins is making to the referee, I'm sure, as Tingachu retains the ball to organise his wall. Well, there didn't appear to be a great deal in the collision, but it certainly appeared to me to be inside the box. Let's check that again. Well, perhaps not. Just on the line, I think. And the free kick to Rangers be taken by Cooper or Wilkins. Well, it looked initially as though it might have been a penalty, but I think that replay proves otherwise. There's the shot from Cooper, bending over the top corner and behind for the Steaua goal kick.
Well, maybe Rangers were a bit fortunate to get a free kick out of that, Jock. I thought Ian Durant made the most of it, but good effort there from David Cooper, just over the crossbar.
So the patient build-up again from Steaua. Prefer a short passing game normally. Very seldom resort to long balls to their front men. Try to work it through midfield. And here's Stefan Jovan, big fullback. Lakatouche has gone to the right, well tackled by Monroe. Lakatouche has got in late on Cooper. Now Lakatouche was identified by the Rangers management before the match as a potentially dangerous player in the physical sense. He puts himself about the big number 7, and he's had a yellow card shown to him. So he's been booked very early in the match, and that may well stifle his enthusiasm for physical clashes in the rest of the match.
I spoke to one of the pressmen down the stairs about half an hour ago, Jock, and he described this winger as someone who retaliates first. Well, I think in this instance we saw exactly what he means.
So the Romanians taking the opportunity to give treatment to Georgi Hadji, while Cooper gets treatment from Phil Boersma for Rangers. Cooper is back on his feet. Appears to have recovered. But Hadji taking a bit longer to get back into the action, having a word at long range with the referee, complaining no doubt about the tackle which resulted in the knock. But it's Rangers who have the free kick. There's Monroe playing it towards McCoist. Bumbescu challenging fiercely from the back. It's well screened by McCoist. This is Wilkins. This bit's got into the box. So Souness and Stoica together. And the ball breaks to Stefan Jovan in the right back position. So the score, reminder, is Steaua Bucharest 1, Rangers 0. The goal coming in precisely 2 minutes and coming from Victor Petsurca, the Romanian top scorer. So there's Wilkins with the interception, controlling the ball well. Durant now operating in midfield, where many folk think he's at his best. Souness with a pass towards Nicol. He had to be quick. Here's Stoica. It's away from Nicol. Macharu breaks on the left. This is Petsurca, and on the far. You can see there the way the players stumbled and skidded as they tried to get their footing in the turn.
And I think Lakatouche has actually pulled a hamstring, Jock. He seemed to run for the ball there, and he certainly, I don't think he'll take part in the game anymore.
And Danny McCoy is 2 going down in that challenge with Bumbescu. But Lakatush is signalling to the Romanian bench that he's in serious trouble. And that certainly would not be by any means bad news for Rangers if he had to depart the scene this early. He's off the field at the moment getting treatment, Lakatush, so Steaua reduced to 10 men for the moment. Here's Jovan. Inside is Stoica. This is Majaru. Stoica again. Plenty of movement from Rotario and from Pitsurka and Hadji around the box. This is Belodic. Ungariano's found space. And a marvellous save from Kuzwitz. Graham Roberts is furious with his defence as Ungariano found that space inside the box and brought out a magnificent save from the Rangers keeper. Corner kick it is, but here's the effort from Woods. Ungariano with a left foot shot. Woods at full stretch. And a corner kick to Steaua. Well, that really would have been disastrous for the Rangers' cause had Woods not been able to pull off that save. But here's Majaru. Back to Ungariano again. Across to Stoica this time. He leaves it to Belodic. This is Jovan. Roberts couldn't reach it. They look at Lakatush. And it came off the head of Lakatush behind for the goal kick to Rangers, but Lakatush back in the field, getting up well inside the box. And the Rangers defence, Derek, certainly looks to be suspect